I'm a motherfucking unicorn, a one-of-one. Divide being the love and light, then light and one. My karma is interstellar, I live by truth. Fighting evil, my scars are living proof. Protecting you from the storms with all my might. Love me, I will treat you right. You ever cross me, it's the last thing you'll ever do. With my crown of thorns, I'll wreck you. I ain't playing, yo, Bryan hard, call me a saint. Too bad Chris, because Bigfoot knows my name. I'm a messenger of God, with loyalty I serve. Taking out all evil with his holy word. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand. Slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We've got a great show tonight, and everybody's on. I'm not even going to play around with it, telling you what we're going to do. But basically, we've got on the phone right now, hi-fi.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
There you go. I got Stevie Strings here. We have
people. How are you?
David, the Hitman Buter. And we've got my partner in crime with Paranormal. We all somebody around here goes to Santariga, along with Dave. I've known Dave before. That's it. Basically, the premise of the show is about music. Hopefully, Brenton Buchanan can get in here. If he does, it'd be great. If not, we're just going to continue the way we are. And we're going to talk about music, like what makes a great guitar. What makes is it the action? Is it the guitar tech? Some people have been here before. Is it the pickups? I mean, because guys, there's the Fender Strat, right? And then there's the Gibson Les Paul, and then there's a whole slew of them. I love them all both, but I like PRS, which seems to be the best of both worlds. So what?
Well, yeah, in a way, and I don't deny that. And Paul and it's hi-fi, so we but what our man was saying is just that it's between it's that instruments, yes, definitely. It's the woods, it's the pickups, it's the selectors. Usually a Strat's got a 3-way with single coil pickups, or you can put it in a 5-way. A Telecaster has, or an Esquire, one bridge pickup, or sometimes the neck, in the neck pickup. And over the years they've rephrased them and stuff to where they're just as strong as anything. The neck. It used to be in the old days you'd flip. It only had 3, and the neck pickup would be like a bass sound, because a lot of cats, you couldn't afford the other things, and they do bass lines on them way back in the days when they were invented.
That's a good point.
Then you've got the Les Pauls with the 3-way, and the Paul Reeds with like a 5-way selector, which is great. Paul did that years ago. I sold a ton of his. Like I said, anyway. But that came off of also, if you look back over your history, is like the 345s, 355s, like an ES335, right?
Yep.
But they'd have the pickup selector, volume, tone, and then they had a rotary knob, just like Paul ended up using, which would split, man. It was really wild. It would split those pickups, the bridge and the neck in a Gibson ES345 or 355, and you could hear a lot of different things going on. And one guy, man, look, one of my bestest peoples in the world is Freddie King, the Texas Cannonball.
Yeah.
You listen to that, man, and you'll hear some highs that you ain't never heard out of a Gibson, and whatever it wanted to be. I mean, all the 3 Kings were exactly that, but they all were a little different. VB was more laid back. Albert was just a tone-bending badass, period, and I knew him. I'm looking at his picture right now.
I'm going to try to find a picture of Albert King and put him up, and, when we do this, so.
Yeah, man, and I'll tell you what, I no matter what, when I had heard him, besides VB when I was young, and then I got on to Albert, and but also a buddy of mine. You want to get a good record? It's Freddie King. It's a white album, and it says "Going Down," and that's the album he did before he died. He actually, our boy Greg Polis in Sarasota here. Well, actually, he just made a little move just a little bit north. I think they had an atomic waste pollution and oil, so he made a good move. I'm sure property values are up, but he played with Freddie for so many years, and God dang, that's when I was like, man, this brother, I guess that's why they call him Texas Cannonball. Listen to American Band, as Stevie and us used to play and can do so well with only Stevie Strings. Oh man, my guitar.
He brought up some pretty interesting points, but what I really find amazing with these guitar players he's talking about them, there's a Fender versus Gibson thing here. You have the buddy guys with Fenders, and then you have the BB Kings with 335s and stuff. Great tone difference to me. I mean, versus those two types of companies, Fender and Gibson. But you know what? They managed to pull it off and sound great.
Yeah.
Whether it's a Gibson or a Fender or.
Hey, Stevie. Not for nothing. If you want to talk about the difference between Gibsons and the same guitars practically. Look at Larry Carlton and B.B. King, or
point.
Albert King, or Freddie King when he starts wailing it, and then you listen to Larry Carlton and you're like, same thing.
Yeah, I got Freddie
Exactly.
right now, and then I'm going to throw Albert on there too, see if he shows up.
Oh, I like that one.
But if you're going to talk about Fenders and blues players, you got to talk about Albert Collins. I'm just saying.
Albert Collins.
Oh, absolutely.
Iceman.
Jimi Hendrix.
I'm sorry, Stevie. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Iceman.
The Iceman.
But
Man cometh. What a great. I was fortunate enough to see him right before he passed in Pittsburgh.
yeah,
Holy smokes. I mean, there were maybe 3 people who changed my vision of guitars. He's him, and I saw them all live. Him, Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Yes,
both of those guys. Like you watch it, and it's like the hair on the back of your neck goes up, and you just link home, and you're like, I can't play anything.
Exactly.
No,
Absolutely.
Stevie knows. Stevie's seeing, like, he knows. I've got stuff that hundreds of pieces and things and whatnot. And I'm sorry, because I'll drift off because I'm like getting ready to turn 64 and the road like killed me and I hit my head so many times.
all good,
like, hey,
It's all
and you
good.
swing the pitch on there to reload it so it doesn't get stolen, and it comes down with there's Freddie. I'm looking at Freddie right now.
You got
That's the
somebody.
Texas
right.
Cannonball. He was here. He was here about a week. That's Albert, and that's Lucy. That's one of Lucy's.
Yep.
And
We had somebody pull up,
That-
and I know it's different, but we're talking blues, guys. But from the north,
yeah.
our buddy Tom said Ingwe Malmsteen. Totally different animals here, folks.
Good point. I mean, you're
Great
talking
player,
about
but we're talking blues and like
Yeah.
I would say the foundation, right, guys? I mean, like that's
yeah.
Well,
Sure,
yeah.
but here, if you want to talk about Fender and different tones
I do.
on one guitar, you got to talk Jeff Beck.
Oh yeah. My fave.
Oh yeah.
And one thing too, if I may say this,
Sure.
and this is going to sound kind of almost in your other realm of things, is that single coils produce a different. You can get a very high end thin, or at the neck a high end and kind of fatter sound. If you got a 5-way switch, it'll give you one of my best things that I love is, but if you listen to Buddy Guy now, pickups and all, DiMarzio. Well, Gibson started it. Seth Lover invented the humbucker. Leo Fender did the single pickup. And like I said, Leo didn't even play anything. He was just an inventor. And
Right.
so you will hear sometimes it's what I call a bell tone, or you hear these sounds. You go, "That's a Strat, flat ass out."
I know
people
exactly
say,
what you're talking about.
you
It's
know
almost a
about this?
squeak.
Yes.
Yeah, man. It's this chirp, squeak. It's this bell. It's this thing, man. It's between the bridge and the neck, but not fully. That's why they ended up making a 5-way, because the old cats used to just move it into a position where both leads were still touching, but it hadn't switched over to just the middle pickup. And now it's very commonplace. And I'll tell you what, I am sure glad of that. A humbucker is just that Seth Lover invented. And that's why you can listen to a lot of people playing a Strat and hear and go, "Hey, we love you," and you will get a lot of interference at times. There's ways to work on that, but that's a future show, from what I understand from Mr. Stevie. And the humbucking did that. You don't really ever hear a humbucker going, unless the guy's plugged it into 220 and your amp's getting ready to blow. That would only be in Europe, and I've never made that mistake.
Once again, you're talking about an era pre-pedal boards, which changes the dynamics to everything.
Everything, absolutely, yeah.
So,
And that, I think that stuff's cool. But listen, man, I tell you what, and to tell somebody, and Stevie's like this, you can't, because he can do this. Give him a guitar, a cable, and an amp. He's gonna tear it ass up,
Oh.
and you will hear different things. He does use some pedals and stuff here and there when he wants to, and whatever, and that's everybody's right and should. I've never really used. I might use something to boost the gain for a lead break or a wah-wah pedal, which I really suck at, but nobody's ever said anything. I don't know that, man. And I've been trying since me and Stevie were playing at my house on the front porch in the front yard as loud as hell on a Sunday. I know my neck. God.
You just said something, because I was just talking to somebody a couple of days ago, and I was like, you don't realize it. When we started playing, for the amp to sound good, it had to be loud. It's not like now, all the solid state, it's computerized. It sounds great. It doesn't matter about volume. It sounds better loud. Don't get me wrong.
Ain't no soul in it.
40 years ago, if you didn't crank it, it sounded awful.
right.
right?
Yeah.
And that's also
It
the
was a little
combination
like
of guitar and
you came in on this too about between guitars, and here's another thing, at least the second thing, between different guitars, but also amps. And still, the best thing, whether it's to me, whether it's a Strat or a Les Paul, plugged into a Fender amp.
Oh, like that one?
And then,
like,
if you're looking
like
for
that one,
and whatever, that'll be cool too. But the couple things that'd be like the soul of Stevie Strings and playing his guitar into a Fender amp, and I used to call it the 3 H's: the head, the heart, and the hands. If you got to sit there and think about what you're playing, then if that works for you, fine. I mean, and I want to ask all you guys this: how many times have you seen somebody technically that you go, man, that shit was rocking, but I didn't go to church, and then you see a cat like Albert King. That son of a bitch will take, 2-3 notes and make it sound like 32, and you're just going like, oh my God, I think I'm having a flashback. From
right, what happened? I didn't catch that. It's like when I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan in like '89, I was just like, it's life altering.
Absolutely, yeah, that
is
is life altering. Yeah,
it's like Jimi Hendrix too. He said, "There's no wrong note. You just bend until it's right."
No.
Absolutely.
You just keep going with it.
Yeah, and then that brings in the tremolo bar.
No, I'm sorry. Look,
versus the whammies now.
I'm insane. I'll talk all so much. Shoot, man, I got to calm down when I go to see my damn, person to get my clonazepam because I want to lock my ass up. So, anyway,
It's all good.
There it is. But bottom line, look, it's all this. Pick your thing, pick your whatever. I've seen some of the baddest sons of bitches on an old $15 Harmony guitar and a rad-ass Silvertone amp and go,
point.
Right on.
Right.
My first guitar, Harmony guitar, Silvertone amp.
Silvertone here too.
Silvertone, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that was the point. The point is, the guitar only goes so far. It's got to be the player. If the hands aren't doing what they got to do,
listen, I once heard Steve Vai tell a story, and he's like, I was playing and Eddie Van Halen walked over. I gave him my rig and my guitar, and he sounded exactly like Eddie Van Halen. It does, and both, obviously great guitar players, but the same rig. It comes down. You're absolutely correct. It has to do with the person.
Yes.
Right. Oh, absolutely. It's their style. It's their flair. The flavor. You know what I mean? It's all about the individual. Absolutely.
Right. And I know we're talking blues now. I mean,
I love the blues.
We know the blues. I guess we can all agree.
I'm a Blackmore guy,
but we know that the blues originated rock and roll. There's no ifs, ands to me about it. I mean, golly, if you're watching any of the old players,
Chuck Berry, man,
that's a blues standard.
Oh my
Johnny
God,
B. Good, that's a blues
Johnny
standard
B. Good,
chord session and stuff like that. But now we were talking about the guitars, but back in that day, you remember there wasn't a whole lot of these guitars as there are today. I mean, now I look at these people's guitars and I'm just like, what is that? And they tell me, and I'm like, whoa, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like, I can't tell you how many times I go play somebody's guitar or they play my guitar more with mine. And they're like, why's your action so low? And I'm like, I don't know. Why isn't your guitar set up properly?
And that's a point.
Absolutely.
I don't understand why you're fighting yourself and you don't sound all that great to begin with. So.
You know why? Because they don't know. This isn't, Stevie knows it. Listen, this kid, when we were kids, we could only play 3 chords, so that's got to be blues. We was just 3 young children. I was playing bass. Stevie was playing guitar and singing, and Alfie Veronese was playing drums. We were so good. In 1970, we won 3rd place at the St. Martha's talent show.
them nuns were
cheerleaders.
they didn't know what we were doing.
If we had worn cheerleaders' dresses and shit and did some dances, even as men, now that I know about all the freaks out there, we would have won. But, it was...
Freaks were in denial back then.
Yeah, 3rd grade.
And we got it from his daddy, and listening, and dig this. Everybody tries to emulate. It does come down to what you said, Mr. Is that it's of the blues. Okay, look, man, the best recordings, the thing we hear, the stuff that we got to get down. You listen to Leadbelly. You listen to Lemon Jefferson. All these guys. That's one of Dickie Betts' huge influences. And dig it. They didn't have the money.
No.
They didn't have. I mean, they're playing stuff right now that the action is so high. You might as well call room service.
That's
That's a Grand Hyatt, and see what that costs you for some eggs and spam. And you listen to that. Still, literally and I mean this in a respectful way because that's true. Blues, the one people say jazz and things that came from it. Blues is damn sure an original American thing. People sang that stuff in the cotton fields when it was bad. That's how they communicated to each other, Rose Away and what's going on. That's how they got through it. Send me to the promised land and everything while they're getting through suffering. I mean, suffering. And then some of these cats, and I know we'll be talking about a certain individual where I've been a few times and
Crossroads.
the soul one time with Mr. Winter.
Johnny.
Yeah, man.
That's
And at the, God dang. Watch our 30th anniversary when I was with Dylan and Johnny. And Johnny did his rendition of Highway 61 on Slide.
Cool.
You'll never see anything better in your life.
Is that Firebird?
Everybody, Harrison, everybody in the world that was paying tribute to Bob Dylan. And Johnny just walks out and does what he does, and thank you.
Johnny Winter was in that same group of people that blew your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very much so. And Steven knows this because we talked on this a lot. And it's that, pretty much, and what a great childhood. Let me grow up in Beaumont, Texas with my albino brother, Edgar, and me. I got when it's time or whatever, and I'll shut up in a minute, but I got a story or so just to tell you about that. Like, man, you think that was freaking cool? Hell no, I got my ass beat every day going to school. How many albinos are in Texas? This I do not know. But
I'll give you a hint, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't
Dang it.
Hi-Fi, didn't Johnny
I
personally?
think you may be catching the death. You're going to be ghost busting my ass in about 3 hours. You're going to hear us.
I'm going to go pick it up.
Yeah, if you turn down Dave. Dave, man, come on.
I remember we did a show with you in Poughkeepsie, New York. And it had to be 88, 89. It was at the Chance, and you were with Johnny Winter.
Yeah.
And somebody called him Bunny Eyes, and he went bananas. And he was talking. He talks in the third person.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't, dude. Listen, honestly, I ain't gonna doubt you, but with me, and see, this is the difference too. And for all you listening, and for all you there, don't ever look. If you go to a person and you do it the right way, that's why Stevie knows. Stevie's seen at least maybe half of my things because I got out of high school. I was long hair, Stevie Miller, long hairs, but we played music, we did it, and we were making it, and that's all we kept on doing, and still do. And but people go, oh my God, go look at Walls. That's Stevie, that's Albert. Again, another. You want to talk some cool blues and shit? Of one guy that gets it, I ain't gonna say Bonamassa. He's coming here.
Bonamassa was mentioned before.
It's a heavy hitter.
Yeah, hell of a play.
I'm probably talking over you.
No, you're good.
And,
you're good.
But is that oh man, see, this is what happens, man. Hey, any youngsters out there, don't not do dope. I swear to God, I feel so much better, man. I was fly as room service, but I could carry on. Now I've been sober, straight, all great stuff. I meet up with psoriatic arthritis. I'm getting on an experimental drug that the guy says, well, we also use it for cancer. Well, Jesus, put me at ease.
Yeah, sign me up.
I wanted to ask you and Dave, Johnny,
Shut up,
did he
Steven.
give you a one of those laser guitars, the headless stock?
Yeah,
I remember that.
You played it,
Did he
Steve.
play? Yeah, I played that, but did Johnny ever play it a lot out?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
laser? Was that his own endorsement or his
It's
own?
on the Delaware Destroyers, the George Thorogood tour. I can't look at the laminate right now because I ain't got, there's too many. I got a couple. I want to tell you about one, but
I know in '89 he was playing it.
about 88.
Nice.
And
Good pick.
it's how this happened is just we had finished touring for season. It was coming up Christmas and all that. I had flown home, and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, and I'm like, God dang, man, I can't, you know, I'm just so, this was in my first year working with Johnny and everybody, and I do mean everybody that, as, hey, and my boy, sir, you would know SIR, Dave. Damn it, man. You were down there at SIR. I think it was like in the West 52nd.
Yes. Good. One day it was Christmas.
Okay.
You were in Florida. I was up here.
Yeah, that's where we go. I mean,
yeah, at the rehearsal studio. I had to go pick up Johnny's amp.
He did, and I'll tell you what. And I had that look at. I'm not saying. I can tell you one thing. I've never found anything wrong with anything about New Yorkers. I've lived there. I've been through there 1,000 times, and because of Johnny, right? And again, if you don't want to get stabbed, you get your ass beat or whatever, okay, stay on the main street, and then also let somebody know, well, you're gonna kill me, but I'll tell you what, you ain't gonna have a right hand because I'll chew it off. So let's go. And then they start going, like, what crazy? Okay, gotta go. Bye bye. Here's $5. Don't chase me. You know what I mean? So, you know, New York folks are great. And then here's Dave. And, you know, and Dave tell you, you know, it's so much money. If you go, listen, here I am at SIR. It's right off of Times Square. And again, Dave, wasn't that 52nd or was it 54th?
It's one of those. It's between. I think it's 52nd, actually.
I couldn't have fucking said
that.
That.
10th Avenue.
It's one of those. Hey, which one murdered you? Well, it's one of those, Dave. Come on, man. Don't ever open your mouth. Get an attorney. So, but it was just in like that. You know, that cost a fortune. In reality of people going, yeah, for $250 of my time, because, you know, real estate, nothing in New York is cheap. Tax right now is probably about 15% on a fucking Snickers. So, but they did these things, and that has just endeared, especially when he came back with the stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should have seen me with my long hair going, I'm here to pick up Johnny Winter's amp, and they're like looking at me. I'm like, no, really.
Yeah, no, man. The cats, because they know what SIR, professionals. Al knows, everybody, you know, and you know, and how it is and how it goes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, dude.
I can remember Hi-Fi called me. Hi-Fi called me once in the later days, and I think it was the last gig he did. And he's telling me, I think I'm going to go back out and be a guitar tech, and I'm playing with one of these heavy metal dudes, and I know you know all those heavy metal dudes and stuff. He says, but I can't remember his name. He's named after a car. I think it's a Mustang. And I go, could it possibly be Mustang? Dave Mustang? He goes, yeah. He's playing with that lamb chop. Yeah. I go, Lamb of God? And I'm like, my God. I said, that guy plays 20 Floyd Rose type guitars. You know, the whammy system with the jig. I don't know if you ever seen
man. Oh, dude.
Floyd Rose's.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You want to find a guitar tech? Tell him to set one of those up.
Amen.
Special tools.
I heard Richie Blackmore, and most guitar techs said Richie Blackmore and Yngwie Malmsteen, who was mentioned, were probably the two worst people you would ever want to work for as a guitar tech, because they might 5 minutes before the show.
It depends on if Richie Blackmore has his wig on or not. Nowadays, I think he eats fucking turkey legs and a lot of those, whatever they call them. We used to make money in Sarasota about. Like the medieval fair, you know, but they're in a land where they really did cut your head off at the end of the day.
This new style is cool.
God love it. And listen, bottom line, and okay, dig this, guys. Here's one thing after everything. You listen to Deep Purple. You listen to Zeppelin. You listen to Pink Floyd and everything. You listen to Hendrix. All these things, too. One thing that Keith Richards said to me once is like, man, don't... You know, I'm glad you dig me, you know, but don't copy me. Don't listen to the people who I listened to. You know, Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, Buddy Holly. You know what I'm saying? All those cats, the Beatles, the same stuff. You know, which gets me too. The Beatles. Everybody says this, and if they damn sure and also know what they're doing, or just they're saying it, there'll never be anybody like that. That was somebody that took Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis, and you know, all these stuff. The cats would get off the ships in Liverpool, you know, have albums, they'd buy their stuff, they'd listen on the radio. That was what they'd listen to. And then you got to make everything your own.
Mhm.
Whether it's that one lick, that one
One lick.
pedal, that, whatever. And you've got to write. But again, everything comes out of the blues, man. That's all there is to it. Because I can't play Dick, man. I got it. What key? Okay, good. Okay, I know that, man. Like I told you earlier, it's like, okay, EAD. Now, I've played the same licks for about 47 years, but in different keys. Man, la-da. And I made a living tuning guitars, getting paid for it, and traveling the world. Who knows?
You used to play how many more times on the bass every sound check? I
Hey, man, how do you know that? You remember? Yeah, well, that's one thing. I had a thing. One of my house engineers was Mickey Mulcahy. We did Black Hawk, the Outlaws, Johnny Winters. I'm sounding like Johnny Cash right now in the old days when he was stuffed up on speed and booze. But that was it. I'd go across like before, and this is just to make sure your house engineer is secure. And all you cats know it because every single one of you I'm looking at knows, Al, I'm looking at you. You know this, baby. It's that.
Al's there. I see him over
We could have showed up 35 minutes. I could have been sitting in a room, getting room service and watching porn all day. After fucking being on the bus with a bunch of crazy bastards from the night before. And we could have done better than being there for 5 hours, waiting for sound checks and people that aren't even the main man and their attitudes, So I just so I'm not as head. I'm a little behind y'all. But go ahead, please.
I was going to tell you a piece of advice. It's probably the best piece of advice I ever got to any of when I was on the other side of the stage working stage work, was from the late great Dangerous Dan Toller. He played for the Allman Brothers 4 or 5 albums. He was a session player for Carlos Santana. David Gilmour, Great Southern, Dickie Betts, Greg Allman's band. Well, anyways, the piece of advice he always told me, Stevie, you play with people that are better than you, and you steal every lick they got. You learn it, and you make something better out of it. And that's why Dickie Betts called him Dangerous Dan, because he knew that's what he was going to do to him.
That's hysterical.
Not many people know that. Stevie just brought up a piece of history that's how he got his name. Because... And I'll tell
He said he was dangerous.
And you thought it's because he went down to 52nd Street in the 80s.
That's true there, Dave.
But that's Danny and Frankie came down together and they get, boom, and they end up with the Allman Brothers. They went through all kinds of phases and stuff, with and without Dickie, with and without Greg.
You know what I loved about Danny?
How can you have a better gig than playing with your brother, the drummer, and you're the lead guitarist, and you've been playing together forever? And I've heard some cats recently trying to recreate "I'm No Angel."
Yeah.
And they can do it fairly to middling on just the rhythm part. But okay, when you hear Danny on "I'm No Angel" doing that and go down into a riff that's like, did you have like your feet playing other licks or a monkey with cheese and made him happy? And he just because. I've never heard anybody else recreate those lifts. Yeah, whatever those are too. I'm a short guy. I wear lifts. But riffs.
Riffs.
Oh, man. And Steven, that's when Dickie just went, God dang, son. Because he plays Dickie's licks better than Dickie.
That's a bold statement, but I can't.
Right now, Dickie, if you're hearing this, I love you. But
I think Dickie does.
He knows where I live, and he can be a non-re son of a gun.
You know what I admired about Dangerous Dan? I think of David Gilmour as the tone god.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe some of you guys, just that tone god. And you know what? And Danny was my second best tone god. And those, you know what I noticed about Danny? He did nothing to those guitars. He would go that
straight into what
that he played forever. He'd go right up and just pick up a guitar and know it. And he would get most of his tones out of his twin reverb. There he is, the Dangerous Dan, Dickie Betts. And he would get that tone out of his amp. And, golly, he would not use effects pedals or this and that. It was all in his ears and on those knobs. And it was amazing.
And that's why
God dang it, Stevie Strings once again. And look, I'll tell you what I do. This is all I do. This is what I know. I do know tone. And that's the thing, and again, between who you're working for or what you're doing, what style that, you have to match those factors. Don't be going out at 110 dB on a wall of Marshalls, you know.
Oh yeah, do the Ingrate Malmsteen where all the lights aren't working on the Marshalls behind him?
Oh, I've seen that actually.
Wow, they feel like balsa wood.
Okay, Rick, you're gonna hate me. I know Rick Nielsen. I love Rick Nielsen. Rick Nielsen. Okay, you'll never remember me.
Cheap trick.
Wake up. Okay, now the thing is, he doesn't. There's nothing in those 412 cabs. All of them stacked up. Nothing except light.
There's a lot of guilty.
And he uses 2 deluxe reverbs off the stage right. You know, he's getting his feed from a monitor and whatnot. But that's a sound of, once again, something low wattage, tubes overdriven, and
like this
the
one.
big thing that Stevie said too, which I used to know about Dickie and Dwayne, and is they do know how to work that tone, and from the guitar, no less. You know, volume tone. What pickup? That's something too that is so hard. Hey, there's where the laminate I was going to send you a picture of. I just saw Johnny Cash.
Hey, Brian, did you show Hyatt the Johnny Waterpath?
What's that, Dave?
Yeah, well,
No, I can't get to it just yet, but let me go try to find it.
Right.
Okay. And, hey, listen, and like I said, I know we're a little different in time, but dig this. I was working with a group called Blackhawk with some of the guys from the Outlaws, blah, blah. Made it that whatever. It's not country anymore, but at the time we still had some of it, and we did good. That was cool. But
Southern R&B
as we're rising, and we're going to go on tour with Tim McGraw, and Tim I had known before Tim, but anyway, Tim Soundman just said, "Hi-Fi, take this laminate." Oh no, I'm sorry. He was with McGraw, but we were going to do Yoakum, Dwight Yoakam, on the Time tour, and that's when OJ was out killing his wife and people, and we were out on the coast, and so
never know.
Dave gives me this damn laminate with that picture you showed Johnny Cash, which is so cool because Johnny was so Christian. Yeah, maybe we all get. I've been that way for a while. I may miss a word or whatever, but I'm doing it before him. Well, I don't know. I guess I am dying, but we living in them days, But this one, he said, wear this around them every time because they dicked Dwight's guys and crew, dicked with them so hard every day, which that's another thing people think, the man music, everybody gets together and plays with each other's balls and goes out and plays. No, everybody does not like, because you're all competing for that airtime, the space, or whatever. So I wore that picture, but my boy made it up for me that says sound checks are for pussies. your time laminate, and I did. And the first night, and that was the night that OJ did the shit, or the day that the slow speed shit. I wish I could get away with the slow speed chase.
My ass would be beat so badly.
Hell, they wouldn't even. They just shoot. Nowadays it's just like they'll shoot you. Why'd you shoot him? Because he went for his wallet. Yeah, but didn't you ask him for his driver's license? Maybe. That's the guys and everything else. Everybody thinks, okay, this is the thing. It's politically correct. No, it's censorship. It has been for a long time. Things that I would just rip off right now that was just part of like, Stevie and me, we don't hate anybody. We know so many people of so many different factions, colors, races, creeds, shit, man, listen, I'll tell you what, I'm the only guy that I know that can wear out a Jehovah's Witness and their young daughter that comes to my door. I love you. Sorry, man.
Tried to be all.
You disavow this channel. Look, it sounds like Johnny Cash again. Okay, speaking of Johnny Cash, there's one time. Okay, this was back in the late 50s and 60s. Johnny Cash and Carl Perkins and Jerry Lee are riding around in Johnny Cadillac. Them sons of bitches are jacked up, going fucking, straight up like Jack Daniels and Speed, man. And they're out in their minds. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Johnny. He'd tell you that. That's what he did. And this is so funny because I swear to you, it's so true. They were out driving one night, and Johnny must have fallen asleep or something. And he hit a curb and a manhole and all that, and he blew the front right tire out, okay? So they limping on down the road, plop, 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 plop. And I think the tire must have left about 2 miles into it. And they pull into a gas station, and the kid comes up, gas sir, and he's looking, going, "Oh my God," you know. And Johnny Cash goes, "Oh yeah, son was full gas sir, and I need a little air in the front right." That's fun, man. You know, it's true things. Someday we'll hear when we're all dead, but you know, it's an interesting world out there. But okay, back when OJ was killing people, and we were up at
this point.
Yeah, did he play guitar?
And
I was just going to say the big mystery is: did OJ play?
Do what now?
Did OJ play
Did
guitar?
OJ play?
He had a 6-string football. Played guitar.
And a one blade serrated fucking Navy SEAL knife. But that's just me.
Ouch,
I mean, just because he just had finished a movie we'll never see about Navy SEALs and killing people's with their knives and stuff. I mean, come on, man. Look, I guess, like he said, he will not stop looking till he finds his wife's killer. And he's been on every fucking golf course that I know of. At
Well,
least
the
in
killer
America.
might have been a golfer.
I'm thinking that. Why not? I mean, at least he had some balls.
I mean, think about it this way, guys. What better place to hide than on a golf course?
Yes.
Hey,
Especially if it's social distancing.
look,
He was ahead of his time.
Caddyshack. If Caddyshack
No respect. Hey, no respect at all.
That was good.
hey, go crowd. I gotta tell you, hey, want to do a line? Ooh, hey, Rodney was the bump king. Ooh.
he
But
was.
that's another story.
Now, how did we get to a wall of amps to O.J. Simpson?
I don't know.
That's how we did.
Well, I'm sorry. You know, I rambled.
It's all good, brother. It's the bridge of Hyatt.
Hey, Dave, don't look so fucking bummed out, Jack.
Oh my God.
You're going
I got a huge smile on my face. You just can't see it because the phone is so far away.
Oh my God. This is a whole nother episode.
Oh, it ain't the phone I'm looking at.
Yeah, we'll
What's
get
that?
OJ on episode 2.
Yeah, doing road stories.
Like,
But,
Oh,
I wanted to mention something about the we were talking about the walls of amps now. I got to open up for the Rick Derringer. I mean, what a cool dude. He even brought his mom.
Dude.
But he only had a matchless.
I just saw
I was saying, one of those little mattress rigs.
he only had
And yeah, he had a matchless rig. They just run it out in front of the house. I mean, because now these PA systems
Oh.
are massive and stuff.
Well, yeah.
That's all he had.
You know, and well, you got to do two things on that. A lot of stuff now is everything, even like a low wattage. You can change the dBs or gains or stuff in the back, and you'll have XLR, which to people out there is a 3-pin cable. Usually you see in microphones or in direct boxes and whatnot.
Mhm.
But what it gives you, and so people know too, your sound gets from your amp that is mic'd, or also maybe through a direct box or the 3-pin in the back of the amp. It goes into the snake that goes to the monitor man and then straight to the house.
So what do you and Dave that did this? What would you rather do, mic and amp, or would you go direct input into front of house?
Well, nowadays people they'll do a lot because you might be getting some distortion or something that you like from the amp from the mic,
Mhm.
and then a certain clarity from the 3-pin, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time too, listen, man, and again, all of us. Page, Derringer. I just saw him the other night. I was watching a thing on television, like he's 15, playing, Hang On Sloopy, man.
Nice. McCoys.
Little Ricky. Oh,
McCoys.
boy. And, yeah, Stevie. And, and this is one of the things that is fine. It's really becoming a lost art. When you go back and listen to the songs that we love greatest, and I don't care, listen, I'll tell you what, and when it comes, because blues is the part of it, most of it too. But when you listen to Motown and then certified, funkified, soul ass stuff, late 60s, early 70s, going through Parliament, the Funkadelic, the Ohio Players, and all them people. You know what it came down to, man? Was mic placement. They didn't have, let's do the 2 toms, the hi-hat, the 2 floor toms, the cymbals, your asshole, put a thumper in the seat, and the 2 kick jumps. Boys, we don't even gonna make those guitars.
Right.
But in the old days, you'd have pretty much one omni, and so y'all know this too. Omni and unidirectional. Omnidirectional. I'm gonna go with the simplest thing. SM58.
Well,
That means
the
just pick up
SM57 a
things
lot.
around the outside,
Right.
and then a unidirectional SM57 is pretty much just gonna pick up right in front of it. That's why you see
Right in
a lot
front
of
of
cats using on amp.
Exactly.
I'll shut up now.
Hey,
Oh, that's a great point.
I do have a
Also has
question.
the mic. Go ahead.
Stevie, you keep going back to the wall of amps.
Yeah.
It's better to look good than to play good, I say.
This is true. I tell you. Know this for
There only might one amp. There might be 1,000 amps on stage, but I goddamn guarantee you, whether it's in an isolation booth under the stage, there's still only one. Like same thing. I know Angus and Malcolm real well. Oh, God bless them. Anyway,
Right
from ACD, and you'd see those walls amps and the whole dude, and like Stevie's talking about Ingve, and you know, bottom line though, they're taking that whole off on one kick-ass cranking amp.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
One microphone.
Yeah, you know, man, and that's it. You know, a lot of cats too. Like when I worked with Mustaine, I didn't work for him, and I'm not saying anything about him. But you know, I get this, and man, I tell you what, the guy is high functional, and that could mean a lot of different things. So I did that gig. I did that took a break and split that gig because that son of a bitch is crazy. In a good way, Dave. Hey, don't sue me. Sue Steven. Because at least he'll give me some money. It's just that you know, one time I'm like, look, I had redundancy. It was all rack stuff, man. Huge ass Marshall, just power amps. Okay, 2 of them, 2 preamps, not Alesis, but I forget, real high end preamp shit that you could clock in any sound that had been sampled and alter the parameters, right? And then you got 2 tuners. Then you got wireless systems. Then you got 2 Durex and all this. I mean, it's crazy. And then, you know, like 5 or 6 guitars on one side minimum with these cats. And each one, I got us a bunch of wireless stuff. That's another thing about this. And I guess it can come up from another thing, but doing this is knowing how to get endorsements, whatnot, and only in things that you believe or want to put your artist under. And
accident, boys.
I like it.
He, you know, and the guy's going, yeah, Dave likes a clean stage and all that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because I swear to God, bro, I still got the stuff. So if anybody ever doubts me, I'll just send copies to you. But of the set list in each song, okay, from 0 to 45 seconds, Holy War's rhythm. From 46 seconds to 59 and a half seconds, Holy War's lead. 59 and a half seconds to 60 seconds to 80 seconds, Holy War's lead. You know, and you're punching. You know, hell yeah, the stage was clean, man. I'm back there looking like a monkey with my ass on fire. So I was the lucky guy that they set. It looked, I swear to God, the thing that would have made that stage look even better was a trailer right in front of me, because they had a propane tank for the guy that did pyro that, you know, I shaved my head anyway, but god dang, he burnt the hair off my arms. You're looking everywhere, and we didn't have any lights, no sirens, no whatever. The first live show we did, god dang, the pyro went off in a bomb, and I swear to God, I thought I was having a heart attack. Nobody told me, hey, Hyatt, by the way, you might want to expect this. You know, I don't get it, and but I know this, you know, Mustaine and them boys, I did, you know, I did, you know, shit, I did it. I did the sounds. I had to punch. I had to, you know, and then to get somebody that decides on what day that he's sober or not sober. And I'm talking about me, not whoever you think we may be talking about or who gets this and what law firm. Is that, you know, well, I don't know. Are you sober today? Are you? You know, I don't know. But you find out pretty quick. All you have to do is say a certain word or two. A lot of people, and I'll say just this, you know, be kind of homophobic, or, you know, you might have grown up with your hair parted just on one side and red. You know, I don't know where they ever came up that, yeah, I whooped his ass like a redheaded stepchild, and I didn't say it, except then. But, you know, it was like, damn, dude, don't torture me, man. I'm just, you know, I'm doing the thing you asked me to do. But
he went through a lot of problems.
Then I need to shut up.
Okay, I'll shut
you
up.
know, but people just, dang, man. They could be having a bad day and just ruin yours when you're like, oh, gee, I'm sorry. I know those, you know, 1 hour shows are just a mofo, Jack. You know, I haven't slept in 48, but, you know, that's just me.
Right.
You were saying, Stevie?
I was just saying that.
Tell Stevie about those damn amps again, damn it.
No, it's going to be about Dave Mustang.
And Hyatt, that's how they keep
I
going.
had to learn licks from him.
Well, actually, you know,
What
when
are you smoking, man?
do you remember when he had that, he fell asleep on his arm or something, and then it caused all this problem that he couldn't play guitar. Actually, he was never going to play again. And ever since then, you notice he's gotten these fantastic players along with him. Marty Friedman, the Drover brothers. Didn't you work with
the Drover brothers? Is when I was there, and we also had who I learned from you. I knew him from Ozzy, but Black Label Society. Zach Wild,
man,
had just joined with us on this gigantic tour that was going to last forever, and it didn't. Never mind about that. But yes. I don't know what he fell asleep on. I can imagine. I don't know if it was exactly his arm. He may have laid his head on it and then got it so numb. You try to go and stroke it a few times. You're like, I can't feel anything. Well, that's the stranger, Jack. No, I really mean.
So this brings us into the new age of guitar, I think. I mean, we were talking Fenders and Gibsons and 6-strings. Now, these Dave Mustangs, we're talking 7 strings. Yeah. And unbelievable bridges with the Floyd Rose and the Kahlers and all that. And that is a whole nother
world. Isn't it, Steven?
Guitars, yes, to me.
Yeah, and you know what I got to say about my boy Stevie? And just like me, we stayed straight. Don't have them, don't use them, don't need them. Unless but it works again. In one way, you can't say it's bad. It's not what we're into. Although, listen, and I'll tell you, from Zappa to Vi to Satriani, okay, come on, man. There's no doubt in that stuff. Stevie turned me on to all those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got a bunch of records once, Stevie.
Mm-hmm. I'm sharing a guitar right now.
What's that? Oh, nice. Is that a Ibanez?
Yeah, it's an Ibanez.
Guitars. Oh, I love the Ibanez. I love the Lita Stroud.
Is that the V?
It's not.
Oh, that's a Ibanez.
Now, what is it again?
It's I call it. I'm still old school. I call it a Saber. It's an S series.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't remember what the serial number was. You know what I mean? I fell in love with the whatchamacallit, the cherry sunburst, and I had to have it, and so I bought it for myself for my birthday.
That's beautiful.
I mean,
yes, I think we all have those birthday guitars.
Yeah,
I love.
I told my wife.
Guitars.
Divorce guitars.
I told my wife. I said, "Listen, you just bought me something for my birthday."
Somebody.
That's yours, Al? That's Al's
Yeah,
guitar?
that's mine. Yeah, that's mine.
What year is that?
Al.
2007.
Look at the hardware on that damn thing.
Yeah,
That's
no,
nice.
I mean it's a beauty, man. Like, they call it
That's what my doctor said when I was born, and he slapped me on the ass. Hardware on that boy.
that I could call it a Viking red, but I call it cherry sunburst because I'm a cherry sunburst kind
Al,
of guy.
is that? Are those your rigs, Al?
Huh?
Whose are those?
That's Al's
mine.
guitar. That's his latest.
That's my latest purchase.
He can't see all these cool pictures.
Yeah.
No, I can.
Well,
You can now?
Oh, man, Al,
Yeah.
but listen, you know what? Look at this. Al's got some things that you do have to have.
Yes.
But there is nothing in this that shows me. He's got some direct lines. I can, right now, like I said, I know we're a little different sometimes. Tuner, looks like a CE2 chorus, or it might be something else. And then, now these to me, from mostly everything I can see, are all original. Like, it could even be, super leads. And I think you got some 50s in the racks on the Marshalls.
Oh, yeah.
But damn, son. Al, shoot, man. Are you married? Now that is a professional man that knows his gear and keeps it right. That is Al. That is cool, man. I'm sorry. I just thought because I've lost my filter. You get in the head enough times with a road case. Every time you throw a guitar in the case, put it in the case. I said that earlier. Trust me, it takes a show. Somebody went to read my bumps on my head one time in New York and said, "Son, you gotta stop throwing them guitars on that guitar coffin and hitting that strap that holds the lid up."
Oh my God.
Dave's.
And anyway, Al, I'm sorry. I will shut up for the rest of this, but I mean listen, son, that's a professional ass. And the technicals and everything, and I know what's behind that rig and what that takes. It ain't for the foolhardy.
Actually, I've been jonesing for another Strat.
Sweet.
The Strat I have now has Texas special pickups in it, and because of that, I've really fell in love with tones. I wasn't a tone guy. I was like a noise guy, a Hendrix guy. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So
You can get a little both with that.
Yeah, but I can't get that true Hendrix. The 60 hum, that 60 cycle hum that the original Strats had in single
that's
coil.
like we were saying. tone.
Yep.
That's interesting point. Oh, Frank Marino used to play a lot of Hendrix style,
yeah,
but
I
he
love
had
Frank. Yeah, he
a
did.
SG, and that
Yeah,
was
I got an
amazing. How he
SG
got
too.
that- yeah, how he got. That's what I want.
Me and,
At least Les
me
Paul
and Stevie saw him his first tour of the U.S. He opened up for Aerosmith when they were more screwed up than a freaking bicycle. Okay.
Aerosmith. Oh yeah, we saw. I remember that Frank Marino, and we saw him
And
eating a hot dog at the
they
concession
gave him,
stand.
they were the opener. They gave him like 15 minutes, right? And, you know, we had been all the mystical shit. They're like, he'd go, no, dude, like, I got hit on the head by a banana. And I figured out gravity and also that I could play like Hendrix when I came out of it.
Yeah. I heard that story. I don't know. Is that
We don't know
Hey-
how. Come on.
Hey,
I
Al.
heard the
Dan
story.
Marino. Hey, didn't he play for Miami too? Okay.
You know,
So-
talking about the Texas special.
But
for
we
a
were
second.
slayed. What's that?
Dave.
No, I was going to say, Al, if you're looking for that sound, Fender does make some vintage pickups, some 65s that can probably do it. It's not as hot as the Texas specials.
Yeah, no, I looked at the 65, but I don't want to change my guitar. I just want a different one. You know, with
No,
those
you,
pickups.
well, you have to
yeah.
buy another one.
Yeah.
Nobody
yeah.
knows that like me. Trust me.
No, I believe me.
Listen,
It's a sickness.
you
It's
know,
not a
Dave's
sickness.
really
Yeah,
interesting.
it is a sickness.
This is
No,
sickness.
it's not.
It's
What are your
just
qualifications to judge?
hot. They weren't as hot, the pickups. And when I was doing stuff with Stevie Ray, when I was with Johnny, there's many times before he passed. But also Cesar Diaz and I were really close. I learned a lot about amps and why, and what goes on, right?
He's a genius.
And they were talking about like Hendrix's sound and tone and this and that. If you look at any picture of Jimi Hendrix, and there can be some jive wiring just because Mike, I can't think of Jimmy's tech, but back in the day, the only cables we could get were all coiled up. Remember, Steven?
Yeah, I remember the call though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cables, you
Yeah.
oh, it is $4. That's got to be a good cable.
I still got a couple of those laying in the trunk.
I used to have those cables, and I used to have
Well, to
the big amp with the bubble cushion
Stevie
on
and
it.
him,
Yeah, I hear you, Al.
They tested them, and they realized that, wait a minute, what Stevie was looking for was because, there are, and the thing is, there is a need for them. The greatest, every little thing has something to do with something. A low battery, so a cable that maybe is too hot, it's passing too much signal. And that was the thing that they came up with, is that, well, wait a minute. Okay, what did Hendrix use? Because, Stevie had some of Jimmy's stuff, and Caesar was, accommodating in that. And you can hear a difference. Listen to that spaghetti cable, or whatever you want to call it, that worm stuff, but you'll hear a difference. So
Hey, what do you guys think of the active pickups compared to the passive pickups? How do you feel on those?
you're passive.
That's
I think you're Jewish. Damn it.
Dude.
Listen, you
Active one that's busy.
Passover cables.
Actually, I have some X2Ns, the DiMarzios in my Ibanez. I had an Ibanez Flying V, and I love that. I love that lead X2N, that straight bar looking thing. Pickup,
Yep.
monstrous.
He got the first, it was an X2N super, and it was because like experimental. And I figured, I was just thinking this today. This is weird. It's a humbucker, and the 2N, I thought, man, they just had a solid, thick ass bar of metal across, each thing. Yeah, I know that's it. Yes, thank you, Steve. And so he got that, and that Ibanez, besides rarely, that's the only one. He bought that here at Jules Music in Sarasota. I sold it to him.
That's an oldie.
Yeah, buddy. And but he, that was something because he wanted that. He wanted that balls. It was we put it in the bridge pickup.
If you're over 40,
Ooh, about that.
But,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. If you're over 40, I've lost my mind. It's all it is, man. It's like our Rambo. But I don't mean any disrespect at all, man. It's just the way it is. What do you want me to do, mate?
Yeah.
You're classic bunch of crap wankers. That's all I know in this business.
that's my look at guitar. Don't touch it.
Oh my God.
With an 11 on the amp.
11.
Hey, my Slash just had 11. Remember, Stevie?
What's that?
My Slash amps
Oh yeah.
and bottoms, they went to 11.
You had the Slash. You had Slash's Marshall setups. I remember those.
Yeah.
Oh, those things.
Yeah.
What? We got
I got
with those things because of them things.
Something for you guys right now, and I'm going to share. I thought this was fantastic. So if you don't mind, Stevie, I'm going to share this, and you can watch
Oh,
Stevie.
forget me.
He can rip the crap out of the board right now.
Oh God, I know that crazy clown. Ooh, buddy.
Nice.
Man.
Thank you.
Sorry, buddy.
I actually have that.
No, man.
Here, it's a Les Paul Studio. That
If you could
hi-fi
miss me, I wouldn't be alive this long.
There you go.
Actually, I got this from
And,
Hi-Fi in '86. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a studio.
No way.
Yeah, dude, I still have that.
The Telecaster he fixed.
Oh.
You don't understand.
You don't understand. I fixed it.
Where'd you put it?
So,
Tell me you
I
put it.
don't know if you remember my cousin John, but he was a keyboard player for the Road Ducks, and he was a Telecaster guy.
Oh, dude, come on. Are you kidding me? Him and Senator.
Oh yeah. Senator's
yeah,
down
man.
by you now. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
did they
I
bury
talked
him,
to
or is
Johnny.
he actually living?
I don't know exactly where. I spoke to him.
And I mean that respectfully, because who was it that took over singing for
Hatchet.
Holly Hatchet?
Yeah, when Davy
Yeah.
Joe Brown passed, Phil McCormick took over.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Who did?
Phil.
Phil
'Cause
McCormick.
you know we knew them well, but this was back in the mid '80s,
Yeah.
and the Ducks we used them. They were a great opener, and they had a
Because
Myers.
we had a PA. That's it. We had a truck and a PA.
Yeah.
Right.
For you.
You had 2 microphones, damn it.
Well, Dave, what do you like
Show
better?
the vocal master.
What do you like better, Dave?
I
The
did.
Telecaster or the Stratocaster?
So no, I'm a Strat guy. Except
I'm a Strat guy.
I have to tell
Oh,
you,
you fixed it.
I
Okay.
have a
after I
Jaguar.
fixed my Telecaster, I probably play it the most now. So it's a
Wow.
77 reissue. It wasn't a big deal, and it had that thin, tinny Telecaster sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah,
just
with
didn't love it.
output.
What's that?
That's one thing about those, man, on the bridge. The tellies, they got it. And at least, like I said, now the newer ones, and again, I got to tell you, and Al, I think it might. I'm looking again. I got to quit looking. One thing that I know alone is I bought Stevie a couple guitars in my day to pay back, and this one other guy that ended up not, it's just that I bought him a Buddy Guy Strat, and. When you listen to Buddy and you hear that, like now he does that, he's always either through a Marshall or a Bassman. More days it's a Bassman, made for Buddy. But I think that Alfred would really, and again, I don't know. I just know that, man, the reason I bought that guy, even though he didn't really know too much about tone, it wasn't a great player, but it had that sound, man. And even if you wanted to put some distortion on it, it comes through. And I think because of this also,
Beautiful.
Jeff Beck,
It's fixed.
Seymour has made a pickup a long time, a JB.
That's exactly what I fixed my Telecaster with.
That's beautiful, dude.
What'd you put in
That's
there,
great, because dig this. That will send, and now, Stephen, you got Dave, you might think this or go along with it. Before you send anything into your amp, your pedal, your preamp, then going out to the power and then out, you want to send the cleanest signal you can have before you start screwing it up.
Oh,
And-
I've been reading a ton of that. Pedal sequence. Yeah, I've been doing a ton of research on that recently. On pedal sequence, I'm reading Steve I, what he says. There's
Awesome.
no really bad way, but of course you're going to put your tuner first, and you're in order of sequence. You don't want your distortion units in front of your emulating type things and stuff. But yeah, but I am reading a lot of stuff about it because I am a tone freak too, and I just can't get. When I think I got it right, I hear something from somebody different. I gotta have it.
That's why I fixed my Telecaster.
He could have not had it. He had to listen and live with me most of his life.
Now I have a pre-CBS Jaguar. I love that thing now.
Holy
I really take it out. That my father did.
Wow.
Then
Nice.
you guys have all got some, and the more you say it, and then the more it goes, wait a minute, I just think, and what I always knew, and how I was able to work so long and with so many people was, and one thing was that I always thought signal flow from guitar to pickup through output jack cable into pedal, what order, then to maybe a splitter, an amp splitter, like on those Marshalls I'd have them both at a set crunch rhythm, but then I would split over to one and hit another the distortion pedal up that in the Marshall, built in, and going through the effects loop. So I'd still have a good bottom end, but I was sizzling on top. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's between cables and youngsters out there. Do not ever use a guitar cable to plug your head into your speaker cabinet, because you'll be doing a lot of weird shit to make up money to pay for what you blew up, son. Shielded cables are what go from guitar to pedals into amplifier.
Right. Then you got triple ring tip chords versus the double ring.
That'll be stereo mono.
Mono. And I was going to bring that to a point. I do love the stereo guitar players that actually use true stereo choruses and stuff like that through 2 amps. I do like that effect myself.
Yeah, I love when you get the true stereo from and they're building some of these guitars right now, and these rigs are ready for that to go. But when you try to simulate it, it just doesn't have that.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Right. Right.
Not unless I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what right now. I would go to Alfred and I would say, son, he knows. One thing too, guys will put 2 amps next to each other, run them stereo, and go, I don't hear it. Both of them, spread them apart about, fucking 30 feet or something. It's all crazy. But
but if you put them right next to each other, they're louder.
True. True story.
I can't understand what's going on here.
I got to ask this question before everything gets crazy, because one of the things we talk about different guitar
before.
players.
Go ahead.
But sir, one of the premises I had is I wanted to ask the question from guys that have been on the road and guys that have been, doing the guitars and hanging with these people that have talent, and some of them that don't have talent just still got it. Speaking of Robert Johnson, did he or did he not go to those Crossroads and sell his soul?
Oh, here we go.
I mean, currently, we know there's a shitload of people right now that definitely sold their soul because they never would have made it otherwise. So,
Stevie, show him your leg.
I got all different tattoos of different.
I got a word for that one tattoo. No, it's on your chest. But people, I have no doubt that a lot of people have done that in serious and in a way of dark ways. You should all of us have heard that when we were kids. Yeah, sold my soul to rock and roll.
Yeah, there it is. Sold my
Hold on, I'm gonna
sold my soul to rock and roll.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I pray for the boy.
Sold my soul.
Come on, man.
With the Dio hands. Got some Beatles here.
Hey, was that a Sunburst Strat?
You got some good ink right there.
Thank you.
What
was that about the Sunburst Strat? Who has one?
Oh, I have some 4.
Well, we got some. I'll tell you what, me and Stevie, nobody, you see, like, I've seen a picture now, that 335 I'm playing right there.
Yeah.
That's a bad mojo, Jackson. And, anyway, but I've got, Johnny's guitar. I've got an SG Slow Ride, that was the Rod Prices. Dave Flubeck's Hammer Explorer, a bunch of Mick Ralph shit, because I worked for Mick Ralph for so long, or bad company, and excuse me, but so there's things, and everything's different tones, different pickups. I think if anything, people go, give me a god dang a 59 double white, and I'll pay you $10,000. Well, shit, I wish I'd met you about 10 years earlier, you fool. Because on that thing of sound, listen, I got VOS Les Pauls before anybody did, from 57, 58 to 59, just in that, about 4 or 5 of them. Different things. And that's the way I always liked it. Don't give me some hybrid looking thing. There's Stevie. And I wanted things to be like, well, how would it have been if I actually bought one back then? And now the way they've gone in the shops and, and at Gibson and whatever, especially Tom Murphy, great cat, come up with a lot of good stuff. And, it's a lot of that. It is down to a science. But still, I don't care what you can give some things to somebody, everything, and they go, man, now I can do it all, and it still comes down. And obviously, like just seeing again, Alfred, seeing that rig, man, I'm please forgive me for talking so much, Alfred, but I mean, that is the guy that knows his gear, that takes care of his gear, that damn it, man, Alfred, please, again, are you married? Those are just really. Nice. But back to
Before we go to the Crossroads, I wanted to ask Mr. Bruder a question.
Johnny and us stopped there one night going through.
What's that?
I just got out. It was like 3 a.m. and looking around. It's actually a little bit off. Like if you drive through now and it says Crossroads,
Right.
It's not exactly right there. You really got to know it. And but this is all I know is people. He couldn't. Everybody says and know him, and like I said, I was so fortunate to meet Johnny Shines and be with Johnny Shines, and everybody said he couldn't play. Maybe something, but then he disappears for 2 years.
That's the thing.
And comes back. Wrote 29 of the baddest. Hell, listen to Clapton doing Crossroads. Gee, where did that come from?
Amen.
Really figure it. And everybody's looked for the 30th song. I don't know if it's out there. I really don't think so. But damn. All of us know. And even when you're into it, it takes a bit. And this guy to leave town, well, nobody really knows. And then come back in and sway down 29 of the baddest songs ever done. Terraplane, blues, and whatnot.
He was amazing. I know that Eric Clapton, when he tried to redo the Robert Johnson album thing, he said he couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. He didn't understand how this man
It comes
play
down
in sync.
to the right hand.
That's it. And this is
And that's the difference. That's why Clapton can't do it.
Ah.
Couldn't do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that too. And again, and this is a whole nother thing about guitars. And it just goes. It's so in depth from the beginning to the end to where it is now, and it's going to even go on beyond that. But bottom line, still, if you can walk into a room with a goddamn a Fender Mustang and a Champ amp and make everybody piss, excuse me for using that vernacular.
It's the truth.
That's all you need right there. You don't send everybody to church, and but the modern sounds and all that great. And again, there's so many, Bonamassa's coming here. Do I dig him? He floors me and all, but I don't know. If I had unlimited amounts of cash and
the guitar collection he has. Oh,
Yeah,
my
seriously.
God.
Yeah, and listen, son, hey, Dave, we'll be talking about that in Antigua. What do you?
I got a matching set, by the way.
What time do you go to sleep? I can find you. New York is not a stranger than Mike. But
Dave just dropped
this
out.
thing
by
about
accident.
still with Robert, listen, he may have said that. He may, I don't, I just don't know. But I wonder because I know, like, he used to get up in the old days with cats that would come in. God dang. Oh man, I'm having a block on these old some of these old cats right now. But
Son House?
you always want to be, hey, let me get up.
Yeah, Son House was the one that he used to.
Yeah.
Robert Johnson used to pick up. You mind if I play when Son House was sitting out?
Yes.
Willie was sitting out, and they were like, and people coming up to Son going, "Get this guy the hell out of the building. He's terrible."
Yeah.
And then he comes in and he just floors them all. I mean,
Floors them all and doesn't even act like he's playing. And he was more important. He was more into what he looked like. They say to the clothes and stuff, and he would just playing.
Right.
Like he wasn't even thinking about it.
I
He was looking at chicks and stuff. They said,
It wasn't just looking at him. I mean, that's what got him killed.
yeah, I'm ready after
I
that.
still believe that is, he went back and, look, man, and we do this to this day. I'm 60 going on 64, bald-headed, put on a few pounds, but by God, I'll get out. I'll look good. It may be all I
But you're
got.
still pretty, Hyatt. You're still pretty.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. You're a sweet man. I used to know Little Richard.
It is that look. That all look, man.
It's the look, baby. It's the look.
It is there, Al.
Stephen and me, we never, like, my daddy, he was a big man, and he was a good
God
man.
bless him.
And everything. Thank you, buddy. You've been still taking care of the site.
Yes, sir. I go there every Christmas.
I love you. I love you, man. I love you. That's a lot, guys. I never, man, shit, me and Steve, we had more hair. We could, fucking clog up with a goddamn Olympic-sized pool with our hair. And, it goes on. It didn't bother me because my old man shaved his head anyway.
Yeah, he's one of the originals.
40. And, and it's never bugged me. I just shaved it. I was losing, but we just did that. And Alfred, all you guys, look, we're all in that boat. This what's cool about that.
How are we all in that boat?
First of all, like Robert, okay, you're gonna wear everything you got because that shows, hey man, I've done something. You know,
Right.
it's like ladies in the church, especially in the African American churches, hats. That's you know, and when you go to church, you be up and ready.
Well, they were all dressed up.
Yep.
Who's that crazy looking guy there?
Stevie
You're
doing his
going out.
thing.
I don't care if you're wearing house slippers and a robe and my hair and your curlers. You know, you but when that time comes, so that was Robert's thing. But again, too, if you listen, is think about this, listening a lot, and then listening to, you know, I'll just say this: I've known Billy Gibbons for a long time. Stevie will confirm.
Oh yeah, yes.
I haven't been in touch for a while, and that's just you know, pretty much the only person I talked to was Stephen. But
Right.
I got to learn some things and listen to Billy, and like this one song that like this tone was so funky and this groove, and I hear him go before he starts playing. He's in the studio and goes, "Hey man," he goes, "Douse that light," like douse. I hadn't heard that. You know, that's my parents and all from where they're from. And then I'm going like, okay, let me find this. And I'm listening to the CD and I'm going, do. And I drop the E string, the bass E, down to B, and then tune accordingly, like I'd be in a regular A440, right?
Right.
And there it was. And I did find out, you know, if you're going to want to play that or have a guitar, it's a really cool sound. All you guys should try it. Is that you're going to need heavier gauge strings.
Oh yeah.
Even if you got 10s on it, they get like so slippery and slinky when it's tuned down that low. And, you know, right now, Billy, man, you know, he weighs about, he's a fighter. He's in there at about 88 pounds right now with jewelry. Yeah. I've never thrown up a barbecue meal. Look, I'm insane. But, you know, it's the thing, too, about Robert. You got to listen there, too. There's open tuning stuff you don't really think, because he's, again, like you cats have said, you guys made this point of just what he was doing. The Clapton couldn't figure. Again, Eric, you know,
Right.
I love him, but he's mellowed. I mean, you know, I listened to the old days. I saw him, I think, before Jack Bruce or I forget the drummer right now, but
Ginger Baker.
A while back.
Ginger Baker.
And yes, and they were like, oh, you know, back at the Royal Albert Hall and doing it, and I'm like, what's happened to you guys? Crank that shit up. They're just they went through it, but they didn't have the balls to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It just sounds that way to me. I don't know. You cats watch it. But
Well, but when he was with Cream, he was using an SG anyway. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So he had
Yeah.
those double coil pickups.
SG.
Huh?
Yeah, and a blues breaker.
Yeah.
So, go figure. You know.
Yeah.
So
I seen him at Madison Square Garden. I forgot which tour it was, and he was just, you know, using his Strat and everything. And I'll be honest with you, man, the dude didn't look like he was doing anything, and the sound coming out of the guitar was just mind-boggling to me. I just sat there fucking dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I saw Eric Clapton
You know,
at the Old Ritz in New York in 1987. Wait
hey,
for it.
man, we played. Me and
Nice.
Johnny and us. We played the new Ritz in '88.
Right, I was there for that.
Yeah, you have it.
I got to tell you,
And you
hang
know
on a
that.
second.
We did
Clapton did two
like that
sets.
the band. It was almost there. That's when Johnny gave me the laser. We did that, and we went to Boston. At you guys might know this. The Channel used to be a big place in
Oh,
Boston.
yeah.
Yeah, man. And so we played there with Bo. It was Johnny and Bo were our passes, and then we got on the bus, went home, and I slept over at Johnny's, and you getting ready to go. The next day, and he asked me, he goes, you know, dude, I'm telling you, his penthouse was just like when he moved there, and stuff was still what would be the dining room were just stacks. I mean, but on shelves of you know, and this is what's got me. There's a certain individual that Dave and I will not mention Paul's name. Oh, man.
Come on, Dave. Mention it, Dave.
Look at he's going. Nope, he
Come on,
said it. I ain't
do it.
saying it.
Do it.
Dave. Do it, Dave.
What, Paul?
Do it.
Yeah, man.
What about him?
I mean, there's so many guitars that I know exactly from everyone you've ever seen Johnny play. From the Fender 12, which was a 6, but you know it was the 12. Johnny always went for that higher sound. He was always trying to capture a certain thing. I learned this working with him. And the first thing about working with Johnny was realizing basically he was blind, except when he didn't want him to see you do something. You know, you get back on the bus and all of a sudden he goes, "Where's the high?" And I'm hiding in my book. And they would come to me about it. And he's going, "What the fuck do I pay you to do? What did you do?" You know, and the first week or so, I was like, "This is the best gig ever," and I think I got to quit. And then it hit me that night, and I just said, "Johnny, I and then I realized, wait a minute, because Johnny was so high functioning, so smart, so I wish more had been done on the historical and the stories that you and I talked about. Because a lot of people that work for him, they're like, oh yeah, I work for Johnny, I get paid good, and I don't know anything really about the blues, or some people didn't know much about what he did in the past. But I learned to talk to him as if he were totally blind. So when he'd ask me, instead of like if I asked Al, and I said, and Al goes, hi, what went on during that song? Well, okay, when you, hit that pedal to go to the clean side, I heard a click, a glitch, and then, it went on, and I was thinking signal flow. And you cannot be afraid to go out on stage when your guy's having a problem. That is what you are there for.
Absolutely.
And okay, squirt in some Cremon 5 and go, okay, is that it? And then look, and then go behind the amp, see if you see something, change a few cables. But, so I learned to tell Johnny and talk just like that. Johnny, when that happened, yeah, well, this is what I did. Mm-hmm. And that was it. Oh, okay. Because most everybody had lied to him, stolen from him, cheated him, and everything that Paul did. Oh, God, I don't know this guy, Paul. But I've heard of him, maybe. So that was a point.
That sounds like he cared for you guys, for Dave and you guys. That sounded like he cared for you guys. I know I've worked for people. I'm not going to mention names, Dickie Betts. And he didn't care if you stayed 14 hours on that amp. You just plugged it in and it better sound good, or you better find somebody on your way out that can make it sound better. But I adored that Johnny did that kind of things, knew the people behind the scenes and things. But to get back to Robert Johnson, I don't think Robert Johnson sold his soul to rock and roll. I don't really think. It gets into believing. If you can believe that, then I hope you believe in God. And I think I want to be on that other side and pray that I have the strength to get better and stuff like that. Because me and Bryan were talking about
God.
Me and Bryan were talking about what makes a good guitar player. Right. Well, people come to me and when they say something, no, that guy is gifted. No, I look at him and go, no, that motherfucker plays a lot. He plays 8 hours a day.
Yeah, there you go.
So. In that sense, I don't really think you have to sell your soul to play better like he did. But there was something definitely different about him. Something that we'll probably never know. Gibson can't even tell the year of that guitar. I mean, how many pictures of Robert Johnson are there?
Right.
2.
Something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They can't tell you the year of that guitar.
Series back in the 80s or 90s. They took the cigarette out of Robert's mouth in the early picture. He's got the picture of Robert T-shirt.
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute, man. That's what's the problem with the world today. You keep trying to change history.
I'm sure right now.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
That's good too. Yeah.
But who knows? People he might have just stopped there and just went, Lord, please. What's funny is he does have surviving family, close family, and relatives, etc.
His great grandson.
What's that?
Yes, sir.
His great grandson.
His great grandson just did a thing on Netflix.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and these people, because think about this and that, and did he sell and do this? But what nobody knows, and even if you wanted to lie about it and didn't care about getting busted, let's tell you, Chris, all the checks. Nobody knows where he went.
Yeah,
Who
that's
was
the problem.
He with? Did he just woodshed his ass in some place? I would do it.
It's missing.
There was evidence.
I have.
Well, that's what.
Some whiskey, some powder, and a guitar, and you come out of it. But I don't know. Nobody can ever explain that. You want to think of something weird? Well, why is that? And that everybody knew what he did, and his family and people, and nobody.
The guy traveled with his guitar for a living, so he probably traveled around, saw all these guitar players, played for 2 years, came back, and he was that much better.
That's what I say.
Yeah, like maybe he stole a little bit from this guy and a little bit from that guy and knew how to master.
Absolutely. And I'm going to go back to it again. His right hand technique is like, I listen to it. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck he's doing.
Right. Lost out.
Yeah. And that might have been it too. Like he started getting to play. I had never thought that, man. And what you said is so true, because maybe then, because I know it worked for me. I know 3. I know how to play a greased ninth. Try that one on. And those are hard chords, baby. I know 3 or 4. And but what about this? As he's going along, he's getting better. And then cats are letting him come up and play. He's been watching them maybe for a week, for maybe a day, maybe just rolled into town and got to get some money. But he's getting better along the way. And
Even if you're just watching.
I never heard like you said that. It's a really good analogy. And then think of this too. You got to think of the whole times. Back in that day, there was no interstate highway system. There was no nothing. You went from little town to little town on dirt roads. If you didn't get ripped off, killed, robbed, crashed a car, if you had a car, run over or picked up by a truck and then run over by that truck or whatever.
The turn-up truck, that is.
World.
Yeah.
That was
A peach truck, did you say? A peach truck.
Peach truck.
Oh, no, that's Almond Brothers. That's bad. I'm bad.
You know,
That would be the peach.
You know that, Stevie. Hey, that's that's that song I wrote for Bad Company I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
well,
Actually, you got a guitar out of it too from Bad Company, if I remember correct. Had the Bad Company insignia on it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. It's like a 55 special. It's black. It's got Bad Company in white up on the top. Classy. And it was cool. We got that. Paul and everybody signed it for me, and like, thank you. I'm like, thank you. I mean,
You do have quite a collection. Don't you have Lonesome Dave?
Yeah.
From Foghat? 'Cause I remember
64 SG that did the Slow Ride.
Slow Ride. He wrote all those songs, and I remember we went to a Lakeland show. You brought it.
Oh,
We went backstage with Boyce Colt and all those guys. And they were like, Hi-Fi, you're the god, the new guitars, you're a god. He goes, I'm going to play this. Is this cool? And I'm going to play these songs from these. Yeah. And he whips it out. It still has the original strings. I mean, we're talking.
I would swear to God, I thought his tech might even try something. But once again, depending on how you want to be, do you want your man to break strings in the middle of the only time he's got on stage to make money?
Before they got on, he hands him the
guy
guitar.
did not do it. But Bryan, he just was so amazed. Like, I've known those cats too, both Lonesome Dave and, just everybody, and Rod. This goes back a long way, but Roger Earl said, I want to come to the show with Lakeland. We'll put you on the guest list. And I said, well, put me on. So it's like, we have you and Mary Pat and me. I guess. I think that was it.
Yeah.
And
Roger giving you shit all night. Roger going, how come we always bring you and you eat all our good beats in the backstage? Eat all the good food here. And then you leave.
Hey, Eddie, I'm with you on that.
But this one, I just said, hey, Rod. I go, I've got Rod's guitar. I mean, Rod had a couple cool, he was playing a lot of specials, double cutaways, single, but he put humbuckers in the rear of those. But he goes, oh, yeah. And I said, hey, I'll bring it. Do you think Bryan would like to play it? He goes, I don't know. He's halfway calling him up. So I called him. I go, hey, Bryan. Yeah. I said, look, man, I don't think Roger's ever told you this. I've got Rod's SG that did You Fool for the City, Slow Ride, Rock and Roll Outlaws, these different albums. The whole provenance is there. And he's like, what? How soon can you get here? And I said, we're coming. Roger's got us down, so I'll bring us the guitar. Now, this is a little weird, but we split. We know how long it takes to get to the Lakes Civic Center. We've done that since we were kids, man. We'd ride bicycles that far if we wanted to see somebody, me and Steven. But, gentlemen, as we're getting there, we're making good time, and all of a sudden, a storm from hell. You remember that, Steven?
I think we're losing him.
Steven,
I think we're losing him.
No, not a problem.
Hey,
no,
look,
you're breaking up a lot.
You're breaking up. You know what? We've got like some time, a little bit of time left, and I was wondering if I'll go do a round robin. If Stevie has some questions he wants to ask others on here, or and then I'd love to have we got Dave and Stevie here, and they got their gig, their guitars. So maybe they could do a little bluesy Stormy Monday or something.
Oh,
nice!
awesome.
I can do that.
Hey, Bryan, I hate to say this, but if I turn on one of these amps now at 11:15,
you might
have a drum section on the wall.
Yeah, you might have to come move in with Hi-Fi. You might get evicted.
We'll just come around the corner and come to my place.
But damn.
I do have a question. I do love the Crossroads movie, and that was fantastic with Steve Vai.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was just, since when he was with Frank Zappa and stuff like that, I knew this guy was going to be something. But did he play Ralph Macchio's stuff? I know he played his own stuff, but was he doing Ralph Macchio's The Karate Kid?
He did.
He did?
He did, Steven.
Okay.
I believe in that last scene he played both sides.
So does Ralph Macchio play it all? Did he play it all in that?
Well,
what
probably not back then. I don't know.
He's a good actor.
Hang on.
He had me fooled.
What they did is they trained him on how to make it look realistic.
Look real, and he did good being an actor.
Yeah, he did, and Rycooter worked with him.
Not like mine.
Oh, right.
A lot of people always give him crap, and I'm like, hey man, he's got a good life.
Yep.
You know, I don't know anything he did wrong.
Hey, what do you guys think of Jeff Healey?
Oh my gosh. Lap thing.
I mean, to play like a steel guitar, right?
That's
mind-boggling.
incredible
Oh my God.
That's
Yeah, kind of, except using them fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just put your hand over. We, got to do shows with him with Johnny and like the Montreal Jazz Fest and different things, and he was just a good guy. You know, at least they got him on film in that Roadhouse movie.
yeah.
And,
That alone is a different style. When you're playing like that, that's like the
Oh, that's
Clayton
insane.
Abbacies, those guys that are Moran, that guy that's doing the tapping on the guitar and playing it like a piano, man. It's using all 10 fingers on that guitar.
Stanley Jordan.
Stanley Jordan. Oh, golly. And everybody talks about the tapping, Eddie Van Halen. There's this old Italian guy that was doing that stuff back
Oh my God, back in the 50s,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got videos of that guy. Absolutely.
Oh my God. I mean,
But-
that's a whole other
but-
guitar. Playing that
Listen,
style.
but everybody
I want
Everybody
to
knew about it.
Everybody knew about it? Dave,
Yeah,
what
but
did you say?
nobody really. Eddie was the guy who said, "Look at me do this." But
Right.
if you listen to stuff earlier than that, you'll hear, like Ace Frehley, who
Oh, yeah.
whatever. But
I
you'll
love
hear
Ace.
him do pull off
Right.
stuff like that, and you hear it, just not to the extent. It was a rupture that made everybody say, holy shit.
Exactly.
Right.
I actually pissed Steve Morse. You know Steve Morse
wow.
from Deep Purple.
Yeah.
I asked him a question at the guitar clinic. Actually, I know him.
Dixie Drag.
Yeah, and I mentioned the tapping of Van Halen. He was so pissed off at me. What do you think? Trying to do this? And then he started on this, and he's the one that led me on to the Italian guy and all this. I was like, I just asked what you thought of Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Hey, Blackmore did it too back in '68.
Who's that?
Blackmore was doing it.
Oh,
the
yeah,
tapping,
Yeah.
They was doing that shit in '68.
Now they're
I
taking
think
it a
the
little bit
Italian
further.
guy was Django Reinhardt.
Oh, Rhino?
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go look
he
up
played
Django.
Macchiari.
Django.
Some clown found like 100 plastic guitars in New York, and he sponsored him once. Nothing, and he only had on his, I think, fingering hand. He only had 4 fingers,
Oh wow.
and he's fucking amazing. And Tomcat Blake, my buddy, there's a picture of me we sent to you. He's in France. He's an unbelievable good man, and again, what he did, you guys are like, he's a tone man, and he's lived it, and but he's the one that turned me on to him. And I thought, how can you think you got 2 guitar, maybe 3 guitar playing, and you find out it's just one cat? So
That's the other end of this whole thing, and we've pretty much figured it out. The guitar is only one point of the program. It's the player, and if the player is that good, you know it. You know it when you see the first run through or whatever, and you're like, oh Lord, I'm watching greatness right here. So
You watch
There's a clip of Stevie Ray Vaughan.
hey man,
Steve Ray Vaughan.
it's me, Steven, and Sid Bryan, and I'm sure Alfred, you're the same guy. One thing's always pissed us off, and I thank you for mentioning something about Ace Frehley. Everybody can say different things, but I'll tell you what, Gibson sold a lot of guitars in the whole world.
Mhm.
As a whole, if it hadn't been for Ace Frehley, that showed, it just watch that 2-night special they have. They played like last year about their last tour and the whole thing and the problems with Ace and Peter and this and that. And then, do you guys know that Vinny, whatever the
Vinny
Vincent.
Vinny Vincent.
Vinny Vincent.
Vinny
Yeah.
Vincent.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Vinny Vincent.
he was a dick.
Good one.
And but
Okay.
I mean, thanks for mentioning Ace because he does not get the credit.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, is all I got to do is tell people, hey man, I'm calling Ace. Ace is going to be down here. Come over to my house, and I'll tell you what, you'll have 10,000 people out in this front yard.
He was
And
just
if
here.
you listen to the old Kiss stuff, like the first 2, 3, 4 albums, it was so tasty and so bluesy. Ace's playing, it was. I mean, I'm old school. I like that bluesy, tasty, heavy rock sound. You know what I mean? So I loved Ace, man. I was a big Ace fan. So I got a cherry sunburst. You know what I mean?
Well,
And a white Strat.
tell you what, there's not enough time in this day to continue this, but I would like to
Julie,
have.
you've been great.
Yeah, I'd like to have everybody
Great. I
come
love you.
back.
I'm sorry, I can see how looking going, you mother.
Next time,
I know you, and I love you, and I respect you, honestly.
Well,
Forgive me.
High five. What
I
we'll
haven't
do
had a
next
chance
time
to
is
talk to anybody.
we're going to get you on live so we can see you this time around. And then
All right.
I'll try to do it a little bit earlier, Dave, so you can jam as well. But if it's all right with everybody.
Hey,
Stevie?
before 10, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was,
Dave, are you in an apartment?
Yeah, he's around the
Oh,
corner from me, and he needs the place to stay in. But if it's all right with you, we're going to let Stevie.
I got a box up back, dude. It's a double wide.
We're gonna go out of this episode, and we're gonna bring you guys back on for number 2, and we'll talk some more stuff. But this is Stevie Strings.
Thanks, guys.
You can sing in hi-fi.
Nice.
This is a great way to get out of go out. I gotta thank my guest David Buter, Alfred Santariga, my partner in the paranormal. It's a high five. It's a pleasure, brother. Meeting you. We'll have you back. And with us, we're going to drag out in Florida, but Stevie Strings.
Everything else, Dad, was frozen.
Yeah, he's just listening.
Yeah, I'm just listening. I'm enjoying it. It makes me want to play now, but everybody in my house is sleeping.
Makes me want to get evicted.
Will they call it summer Monday? And Tuesday
It's just as
as
bad.
Come on, guys. Everybody sing. Will they call it
Summer Monday.
It's just as bad. So sad.
That's awesome.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Guys,
Yeah.
I can't thank you
So
enough.
we got to get Dave to play next time.
Oh, man,
Let's
I was
just
so
early
looking
on.
forward to
We'll
it.
do it early on. This way we get a little
Yeah.
jam session before we start talking about
definitely.
You know,
We did a little backstage stuff, and he was smoking. I was
There you
listening.
go.
to
Oh, I
Richmond.
could imagine. I seen him on a video with Bryan one time, and he was just tearing it up and
Yeah.
just killer.
Let me tell you something. That man right there, Dave. I've known him since I'm 4, and when I came over one time, he showed me literally. I'm self-taught in guitar, and he goes, these are strings. These are the notes. When you come back next week, I want you to tell me all of them. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know what the notes were. I was just playing it. I was figuring it out. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll lay down some tracks in the studio. That's what.
Man,
Awesome, dude. Awesome. You and Dave?
all y'all. It's like I said to Sir Bryan, y'all the coolest, man.
So I'm moving to FLA, so I can stop by Sarasota and.
Oh, yeah. We got to do some watching. We're going to go out there and look for some Bigfoot.
You can put these two in the back of the pickup. Just put a top over them in case it rains. Bring them all in. It's always worth them. And again, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor, Alfred. It's been really cool.
Pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine.
You definitely know your shit.
I feel like I've been around royalty tonight.
Man, I can listen to Dave, Alfred, and Bryan all the time. I love these guys.
I'm going to throw in.
You know it, man.
Yep.
And Stevie Strings is the king of things.
Exactly. I'm going to throw in my my exit in music right now.
Now I'm gonna go upstairs, put some Pat Travers on.
Oh my God!
Oh, listen, this
It's
boy,
little Statesboro blues.
I got him an FM station I used to work for. They were given
That's
a
right.
year from every record label in the world, every release. And I worked at WQSR. This was in the 70s, boy. And I went to my man and I said, look, brother, my boy can't make it, but he filled this out. And can you just put it in, man? You know, he's my brother. We play. We got a band. Yes, who won? And you got, I don't know, Stevie, what'd you get? About 1,000 or more albums?
Oh yes.
And it had like, and the one Travers I love is that live, where, you know, the cover he's playing for the manager and then it's blown out on the back.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Man.
I tell you, we have to
Sorry,
come
I'm
back.
just-
We have to all come back and we have to talk. We didn't even touch acoustic guitars. I mean,
We didn't.
my father he passed away. I just sold his 1936 D18.
Oh wow.
Another thing, I
Wow.
think it went for like 45 grand. These
Oh,
things were
man.
very rare because of the wood. I knew nothing until I had it.
for calling it.
Luthiers look at it.
Wow.
Fuck.
That's the acoustic guitar.
Dave, you know that. That's my life. Vintage guitars. And Stevie, I love you, but oh man, why you got to make a man cry so long?
Well,
You know, my mama needed it. My mama needed the house.
No, dude. Look, that's our mama,
Yeah.
and you know that, and I love you all, and pray. And you know, look, that's you know, that's just my family, and so, you know, so and again, just I'll shut up. Thank you. I'll play it out. I love you, Stevie. You know, we'll talk later.
good night,
Everybody,
everybody.
David, coffee time. You know, and any of y'all, and
Definitely.
Albert, if you want me to wear you out, talk. You know, but I sure love to talk to you.
All right,
and listen more.
my pleasure. My pleasure.
Good
hanging
night,
out with you guys
everybody.
tonight.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Love
Good
you,
night.
mama. I know mama's out there. I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
bless.
you guys. Stay
Later.
safe. Stay smart.
Blondie, or she calls me Baldy now. Yes, I love. Oh, mi amor, mamacita.
You, it's always been you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I've seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you. True love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. I love you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I have seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you, true love is you. Love is you, true love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I would give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you.